how we use what we do know. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful discipline for thinking beyond ourselves, a framework called Rising Mind. It's all about moving from just reacting to the future to consciously and deliberately constructing it. So, here's how we're going to break this down today. First, we're going to diagnose the big, unexamined problem of our time. Then, we'll unpack the psychological default that keeps us all trapped. From there, we'll redefine what the true test of leadership really is, embrace our contract with the next generation, and finally, answer a very urgent call to action. Alright, so our first step here is to confront a pretty difficult truth. The central challenge we're facing in our era, it's not a crisis of knowledge, it's really a crisis of application. I mean, think about it. We are absolutely drowning in information, yet we're starving for wisdom. We have this incredible, unprecedented technology at our fingertips, but there's this kind of silent fragility that's spreading through our most important institutions. And that paradox, it points to a much deeper, unexamined threat, our own intelligence, when it's misapplied. And that really gets to the heart of the matter. Our speed is breathtaking, right? But our direction is totally unexamined. We are accelerating toward a future we haven't actually chosen on purpose. The problem isn't a lack of ambition, it's a fundamental failure of alignment. So to really understand this misalignment, we have to look inward. The root cause isn't really in our systems, but it's deep inside our own psychology. You see, our brains are basically hardwired for short-term survival and social approval. It's this ancient instinct that helped us belong to a tribe, which was great for survival back then. But in today's super complex, interconnected world, that very same instinct can quietly sabotage our long-term responsibility. And this is how that pattern takes hold. An action gets repeated, it becomes common, and then, just through sheer repetition, we start to mistake what is common for what is correct. It's like this invisible gravity that the crowd exerts on us. And right here lies a fundamental truth. I mean, the pages of history are basically a graveyard of ideas that were once completely common but were never correct. The consensus of the crowd isn't a measure of morality, it's a measure of conformity. This is the fundamental pivot of the rising mind. This is the big shift. We have to stop asking, what is everyone doing? And start asking, where does this path actually lead? And that shift from just observation to foresight, that's the beginning of true agency. Now, this discipline of foresight leads us to a pretty radical redefinition of leadership. And this is not just some abstract exercise. It is the essential test for every builder, every entrepreneur, every reformer who's trying to construct a durable future, whether you're in Lagos or London, Nairobi, or New York. Our culture gets this wrong all the time. We confuse leadership with influence. We measure it in these fleeting metrics you see on the left: applause, polls, popularity. But true leadership, well, that's found on the right. It's not the art of gathering a crowd. It's the quiet discipline of seeing the horizon. It is foresight. Think about it. Applause measures the emotion of a single moment. Durability measures the wisdom of a decade. The true leader isn't concerned with the noise of today, but with the silent, effective functioning of the systems they're building for tomorrow. So this disciplined approach, it leads to a really profound internal shift in how we see our role in the world. It's a move away from a short-term consumer mindset to a long-term perspective of stewardship. This right here is the essence of the generational contract. It's the sober recognition that our power is temporary, but our consequences are inherited. We're not the owners of this world, we're its stewards, and we're tasked with protecting a future that we ourselves will not see. And let's be clear, this isn't about feeling good, it's about building well. The decisions we make today, in business, in policy, in our own communities, they are the literal architecture of tomorrow, for better or for worse. Let this sink in for a second, because it's an unavoidable reminder. The consequences of our negligence, they are not up for debate. As it says right here, history doesn't negotiate, it simply delivers the verdict. So after all this, where does that leave us? Well, we arrive at a crossroads, and we're facing a clear and incredibly urgent choice. Look, change is not a possibility. It is an inevitability. These huge demographic, climatic, and technological tides are rising. The only variable is our response. We can be a reactive society, constantly being corrected by crisis, or we can become a prepared society, one that builds with anticipation. The stakes are laid out right here, plain and simple. Prioritize convenience over consequence, and the result is instability. Prioritize image over integrity, and the result is the erosion of trust. prioritize short-term gain over sustainability, and the inevitable result is collapse. These aren't just possibilities. They're like the physical laws of societal mechanics. And right now, we are choosing the path to a brittle future. And this is really the ultimate takeaway. We are not passive observers, just waiting around to see what the future holds. We are its active designers. We are its architects. The choices we make today are the literal building blocks of tomorrow. So, this is more than just a philosophy. It is a personal challenge. It's a choice between just drifting with the current or developing the discipline to rise above it. The cost of shallow thinking is a future that none of us can afford. The tide of change is rising. The only question is, will your mind rise with it?